Good morning. This is Chris Lawton with Intuit Health. I'm here on a Saturday morning. It's really kind of dreary and gray out, but in my house it's warm and cozy. A big help from last week when it was about 90 degrees and hot and humid. Now it's cool and rainy and comfortable. So I was doing a lot of thinking this morning. I do intuitive work. Intuitive work meaning that someone may call me, or I also do it for myself, or I do it for my kids all the time. My daughter will come up and say, "Mom, look in your head. What about blah, blah, blah?" Sometimes it's crazy, the questions that she'll ask. What does my cat think about me? Stuff like that. But it's all valid. We go through life and we have this amazing tool within ourselves. And most of us, a lot of us, don't really know how to use it. We know, or it's common knowledge, to know that you walk into a room and you feel something, right? Sometimes you feel great. Sometimes you can feel the people in the room if there's been a fight or if there's someone there that may just have an energy about them that makes you uncomfortable. That's your intuition. Or all of us, once in a while, will get a feeling like the phone's going to ring, and then it rings. Or we think about a friend that we haven't thought about for a long time, and then that person will call us. Dreams, of course. A lot of us have dreams, and then things will happen that have been in our dream. Let's see, what else? I think you know what I'm talking about. But how often do we actually sit down and say, I want an answer to this, or I want to truly know how I feel about this, or is this a good decision, whether it's a job, a relationship, or a new piece of furniture, or getting a loan, or if we have a block in our lives, if we repeat bad relationships, if we repeat bad job choices, or for me, something I'm working on right now is I want to work for myself. And for a long time, I've struggled with that. The other day I was working with I had this amazing woman call me. I'm sure she was, working on getting clients, and she offered me a free session for a life coach for work. And so I took it, and she asked me a question. She said, I had mentioned, I'm afraid I'm going to set myself up for failure. And a few minutes later, she said, what do you mean by that? Like, what does failure mean to you? And I could feel it, this crazy feeling inside. I was scared and anxious. And that word, the thought of failing, when she asked it in just the right way, triggered that feeling inside of me. So now my job for myself is to sit down and figure out, why does that trigger me? Why do I feel, it wasn't just, I don't want to fail, or I'm scared of failing, or it makes it makes you feel bad if you fail. It wasn't like that. It was something like deep inside of me living there about the whole prospect of failing. So it was a deep emotional trigger. So for myself, I will sit down and search my intuition, or search what's inside of me for the answer to that question. And that's what I want to talk about, is how do you connect with your intuition so that you can learn things about yourself and about things around you, about your past, about everything, about maybe, here's a good example. Inanimate objects. I have this rock. I picked this rock up in Asheville years ago. But you could take a rock and hold the rock and feel the energy of it, and maybe get ideas of where it's been and what it means to you and things like that, because energy is stored in objects of the person that it came from. So we're going to talk about that also over time. But in this video, the first thing that I want to approach and talk about, and I'm not going to make this long-winded because I'll make several shorter ones. I found with myself, long videos are harder to edit, of course, and it takes up more time. So I'm going to stick with short videos, I think. So what I want everyone to know is you all have the ability, here comes my big kitty making lots of noise. Everyone has the ability to get in touch with that part of their self to use your intuition. And I want to help everyone know it's limitless. It doesn't have to be limited by time, by space, by anything. So if you want to get in touch with something to get an answer, you can go thousands of miles away and look into something that maybe happened now or maybe happened 30 years ago or 100 years ago. All you need is your mind and the belief that you can do it and the allowance for it. If you want to maybe find out something in history, or even speak with someone or get a vibe from someone who isn't here anymore, it's all the same thing. Because once you realize there's no limit to where you can go, or what kind of answers that you can get, then all you have to do is practice. And that's what I've done, is practice. From the very beginning, I did have a kind of profound experience going from, I had no idea that this was a possibility, to just overnight during a quick workshop, realizing that I had a lot of potential that I had no idea. And it certainly was for me, because it was so quick and so profound, and I wasn't aware that I was searching for it. I had several years of adjusting to the fact that I could see things and know things and do things that maybe your average person can't do. But my goal is to let you know you can do that for yourself. There's no limit. For anyone out there, anyone I'm talking to, you can do this. So in future videos, I'm going to explain more how to do it. But I guess right now I just want you to ponder the thought of being able, instead of worrying about decisions, instead of creating stress in your life about should I make this decision, how do I do this, or what's going to happen in my future. A lot of what I'm working on getting across is use your intuition, find your answers within yourself, and then let it go, knowing that if you have the ability, if we all have the ability to go with our mind across the whole planet to find out information, or to listen to our intuition, because everything is connected. It's physics, right? It's science. It's not even, a lot of people will talk about this being like a woo-woo idea, but it's literally energy and physics. But it's pretty far out, because if you can imagine that you can do something like that, then that opens a lot of doors to it's a challenge for people's belief system. And then the other side of what I want to share with everyone is worrying and creating all that stress inside of ourselves of, what if this happens? This bad thing happens, so let's multiply that bad thing by worrying about it, instead of literally just knowing that because of the energy of things, because of the physics of things, you don't have to worry. You can just decide that I'm going to be positive about this situation. And believe me, it's taken me years and years to be able to sit here and talk about this with confidence and have it in my body. They say, muscle memory. Well, it's not muscle memory, but it's certainly a memory in my brain. It's happened over and over enough for me that I know it's not worth it. People will say, don't worry, you can't do anything about it. Well, don't worry, you can do something about it. Do positive things, positive thoughts and positive writing, and just create a positive experience for yourself, because it's up to you. It's all up to you. So it's a human thing to worry and make drama, right? And I'm here to tell you, and I'm going to keep showing up, if you keep showing up to check out what I have to say, that let's move away from the drama and let's create some beautiful things in our lives, knowing that we are atomic beings, we are energy, we are pure energy, and we can reach to any limits to gather whatever information that we want to help our lives become easier and help us all to prosper. So I hope you have a beautiful Saturday, and I'll be back probably tomorrow. Below, you'll see that you can subscribe. If you're on Facebook, you'll probably be moved over to YouTube. You can subscribe below, hit the notification bell, come visit my website, and just have a great day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.